guys, today I'm going to go over a bookkeeper budget so you can see the typical expenses for owning your own bookkeeping business and kind of what profit margins look like. I'm Morgan from FinePoints.biz, and my goal is to help you get organized. Definitely hit the red subscribe button down below so you can get a new video from me every week. And a thumbs up helps me out so much. It helps show this video to other people on YouTube. And this is part of my Bookkeeper Basics series, so I'm going to be talking about this all month. I talked about what does a bookkeeper do and a day in the life and how to set up the chart of accounts. So all kind of the very first step you need to take in becoming a bookkeeper. So I'll have this series linked down below or in a card up here in a playlist. And so you can check out all those Bookkeeper Basics videos. All right, so I'm going to get right into showing you this budget. I have it on my computer right here in front of me, and then I'll put some shots on the screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at. I didn't use my own bookkeeping business for this because I feel like my business isn't super typical, just because I have a lot of YouTube and some other passive income going on. So it just made things more confusing. So I just tried to think of what a very typical bookkeeping business would look like and what expenses and what income you would have for that. So we're going to start out at the top. This looks like a typical profit and loss statement. We're going to start out with income. So for this bookkeeper, I have them working half time. So they work about 20 hours a week. And you definitely can be a full-time bookkeeper, but really the people that I have interacted with the most use it kind of as a side hustle or use it in conjunction with other things in their life. So that's why my example just has this person working half time. So I have this person having 8 clients, and they're kind of a different, they're kind of a variety of sizes. So her biggest client, she works about 1 day a week and charges $1,500 every month. So I have 2 columns, as you can see. One column is monthly and one column is annually. And I broke it up like that just so you can kind of see both. And because sometimes some things make more sense annually than they do monthly. So then I just divided it by 12. And within this whole spreadsheet, definitely leave me a comment down below if you see any mistakes. If any of my math was messed up, let me know in the comments. And when I'm estimating these fixed rate prices for these clients, I want the hourly rate to be somewhere around $50 an hour. As I talked about a lot in my last video where I had a checklist of things to do each month and how much each thing, how many minutes each thing took. You know, you want to estimate, maybe overestimate a little bit on what is a typical time it takes you to do a task, and then make sure that you are happy working with the hourly rate that amount of time gives you, if that makes sense. Basically, make sure you're happy with what you're getting paid for your hours that you worked. And then she has a couple clients that are $500 a month, a couple that are $400 a month, and then 3 clients that she charges $250 a month. And then again, I kind of broke that down into general time, and then all that time equals 20 hours of billable time per month. And then as a caveat, of course, you might need to spend a little time working on your own business, either doing marketing or, you know, your own books or different things that have to do with business. So possibly in your mind, add a little extra time for that, or take away 1 client if, you know, however you want to figure it. This is all theoretical, and we're estimating here to give you guys the general idea. So through all of these 8 clients, she brings in $4,050 every month. Okay. So then we're going to talk about the expenses and, you know, how much she's paying out. So the most expensive thing that I could think of that you're going to have to spend is QuickBooks Software. So that is obviously a cornerstone of your bookkeeping business. And so you're going to have to pay for that. You can charge the client for that if you wish. I personally, if they reach a certain threshold of dollar amount, if they pay me a certain amount, if they're a big enough client, then I say that I cover the cost of QuickBooks. And I don't know, I feel like that just makes things easier than me having to pass on the money to them or make them pay me back. And I feel like it is attractive to clients because, you know, they feel like they're getting like an even bigger discount because QuickBooks is included. And I can get QuickBooks a lot cheaper than they could get it if they weren't working with a bookkeeper. So it's like a win-win situation. Okay, so I went online and I looked up what my Pro Advisor discount is for QuickBooks Online Plus, which is the 3rd from the top. It's almost the top level. So it's a pretty good level. It's $35 a month. So if you do 35 times your 8 clients, then you have $280 every month. So you're spending $280 for your client's QuickBooks through QuickBooks Online Accountant. And I did make a video all about how much QuickBooks costs and how to navigate, when to pay. So I'll leave that linked down below. And so the next thing on your expense account, this is very personal preference and it might not apply to everyone, but in this fictional business, I have the bookkeeper having a virtual assistant for 10 hours every month. So maybe that's doing some, marketing, some small tasks, some invoicing, whatever that the bookkeeper didn't want to do, she has, maybe it's answering certain emails, she's having this virtual assistant work for her. So I have this down 10 hours a month at $20 an hour, and then so you are paying $200 for your virtual assistant. So again, that's personal preference. You could maybe eliminate that out of your budget if you know that that's not what you want. And then you're going to need a phone for your business. So I put $50, assuming that maybe you have a $100 phone bill and half of it's used for your business and half the time it's used for personal. So $50 for phone. Then you want business insurance. So I had $46 for that. I think I looked up a quote online and I thought that was a reasonable estimate for insurance. So that's if someone sues you, then you need to have some kind of insurance. And then of course you'll need some good internet. So again, I have it split with personal. So I put $30 a month. Probably that varies depending on your area. Your accountant can help you with this during tax time. But typically, if you can give them an estimate of how much you use your internet for personal versus business, and then they take that percentage in dollars. All right, advertising costs. I don't even know. I don't really spend anything on advertising, but I put down $25 just for the sake of argument or just for the sake of explanation. So $25 for advertising. $25 for office supplies. Again, I don't know what office supplies you really need as a bookkeeper, like paper and pencils. You don't really even need that. All you need is a computer. That's why it's the best business. Okay, but again, office supplies, just in case you need folders or something, $25 a month. I think that's a little high personally. An accountant. So I said you're paying your accountant $300 a year to do your taxes, and that comes out to $25 a month. So that is what is on this budget. Again, comment below. Let me know if I'm wrong for any of these. Let me know if there's things I forgot. If I'm way off, we can discuss it in the comments down below because I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. All right, and then to replace your computer. A computer is an important, really, really important thing, obviously, that you're gonna need and that you wanna save money for. So in my estimate, I said that you get a $600 computer every 2 years. So if you save $25 a month for that, you'll hit that mark at the end of 2 years. So $25 a month for your computer replacement. And then continuing education. So again, I said $300 a year. Maybe you're taking one class that helps you with something in your niche, or I don't know, maybe you want to take a payroll class to get that specialty. Anything that can help further your education, you might want to invest some money in and put that in your budget. You'll probably want a website and domain name. I looked up a Wix and I think it was $17 a month for those things. So I put that down as $17. And then a business license, depending on your area and your state, this can vary a lot. For me, it's $150 annually. So that's what I put down on my budget. And then I broke it up into months. So it's $12.50 every month. And then an email, if you want a business email, is $6 a month. And then I deduct home office expenses at the end of the year with my accountant. So he just has me put the whole square footage of my home and then deduct, this is a tiny office that I work in. I think it's like 11 by 11 or something. So I just deduct that percentage and he is able to figure that within my taxes. So I didn't actually put that in the budget. And then the other thing I just thought of is health insurance. So our health insurance for our family goes through my husband's work, so I don't pay anything for that from my business. But that is definitely something to consider, and that is probably a fairly significant expense if you are self-employed. So leave me a comment again down below if you have any inside scoop on that. But for this budget that I've made with probably some imperfections, but hopefully it will give you the overall idea, the monthly expenses are $766. So your monthly profit every month is $32.83. So $3,200 and some dollars. So for working only half time, I feel like this is a pretty good take home income. And I actually divided it by the hours that you work. It comes out to you making $41 an hour. So that's a decent hourly rate if you want to figure out by the hour. And if you're making $41 an hour, I think that came out to $82,000 a year as a full-time equivalent. So it's kind of like you're at the job level of making $82,000 a year, even though you're working half-time. So you're making half of that, but that helped me give me an idea of kind of like the value or the level of a bookkeeper. And of course, if you are interested in making more than that, then you can definitely charge more for each of your clients, provide a higher value. The more you specialize in a niche and are really desired in that niche, then that really helps you be able to charge a higher rate. And then of course you can spend less, so you probably don't need that assistant I was talking about. You might not need a lot of that stuff. So you do kind of want to find the balance of making sure you deduct enough expenses, but you're not spending on unnecessary things. So if you're using your phone for business a lot, and if you're using your internet for business a lot, you legitimately should be deducting some of those expenses because it'll help you pay less taxes in the long run. I feel like when I first started, I just wanted to keep my expenses so low so I'd have like the biggest profit margin. But then I realized if I am, like paying for the internet anyways, I should be deducting it as a legitimate business expense. And of course, as with every job in America and beyond, a percentage of this is definitely going to be taken out with taxes. So to figure that out, you need to figure out your own state and your own tax bracket depending on your household income. So obviously you're not just collecting that $3,000 or more than $3,000 a month. Like some of that is going to go to taxes, but that is true with every single job. I have a really old video about how much does it cost to start a bookkeeping business. That's more like the startup costs. So I'll link that down below. Let me know if you'd like an updated version of that too as well. That was one of the, first videos I made, and I've have some changes now that I would probably make to that. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel. I really appreciate you. Talk to you soon. Bye.